Hi guys, this is Noiser and Sundays are Battlefield 1 days on my channel nowadays. Today is certainly no exception and I'm going to share some thoughts about the support class that has proved to be very important to me. During the beta, I hardly played support at all since I couldn't get along with the starting guns. I had high hopes for the release of the full game though, but got really disappointed when I found the available guns borderline useless. I knew all about the spread mechanic and how the guns differed from others, but I just couldn't find a way of playing support that worked for me. I probably died 3 times as much as with other classes and struggled a lot in almost every sort of gunfight, no matter the range. If you still feel like that about the support class, you should really pay close attention to the rest of this video. For the sake of giving the support a chance and be able to do some sort of guide or review about how I feel about the class, I grinded quite a bit and after a while it made me realize what I was doing wrong. It was when I tried the first available Madsen gun that it became clear how amazing it is to hipfire, even at a better range. These guns are quite steady and accurate when used the right way, and my biggest problem was that I aimed down sights much too often. Depending on which support weapon you choose, this can totally screw up your aim and control in my opinion, even if that might sound a bit strange. To clarify it a bit, in Battlefield 1 all guns come in different versions catered for different playstyles. This has replaced the attachment system from previous games. The trench versions have greater hipfire, the storm versions lower recoil, and the suppressive or optical versions have greater accuracy when not moving, generally speaking. What I changed in my playstyle with the support weapons was to hipfire more on close to medium range, and use the AA iron sight with low magnification to prevent the feeling of insane recoil as soon as I ADS. High recoil often just makes me overcompensate and miss my target totally. As the accuracy of the LMGs get greater for every shot, they should be fired full auto or with longer bursts, which is why I tend to prefer to hipfire and use guns with lower recoil, rather than having great accuracy at range. You can still suppress enemies at range and make it harder for them to hit you just by shooting next to them, and that's something I don't think you need optics to do. The guns I have found especially rewarding to use so far are the Madsen, the MG15 and the Bar. Which versions depends on personal preference and playstyle, but I overall like the Storm, Trench and low weight versions the best. As I just pointed out, I stay away from the ones with magnified sights, since I feel you have to be stationary and possibly prone to use them to their advantage. And I frankly don't like to be stationary. I realize there are other ways of playing support, but I feel like I'm contributing to my team much better when I can move with them and constantly resupply instead of lying down at some secret spot with a bipod. I want to be able to engage and reposition quickly in Battlefield 1 to stay away from snipers, mortars and other things falling from the sky. And talking about things falling from the sky, the mortar is a very powerful gadget both for attack and defense. I use the high explosive shell as I feel that makes me more effective against armor, and these are extremely easy to hit as long as they're spotted. If they stop, they often won't have time to get away after realizing the first shell hit them. If I don't use the mortar, the limpet charge is also a real blast. It feels awesome to sneak up on a tank and throw one of these babies at it and then run away like you're on fire to get out of there. This charge is also quite handy when you're hiding in trenches to deal with armor, cruising beside or over the trenches. But all things aside, when it comes to the support class, your most important role is to resupply your team. This will give you tons of points and make you the hottest guy or girl in class, I'll promise you. To be able to resupply, especially grenades for your team, can be crucial for holding that objective or being able to push through the defenses. As you also can resupply yourself, that is something you should be doing constantly. When reloading, resupply. After throwing a grenade, resupply. While running away from the limpet charge, resupply. I think you get the point. I will gladly play support now that I've found a way of making the class work for me. So, to sum this up, when playing support, resupply constantly, left and right to keep yourself and your team equipped with explosive and ammo. Try hip-firing the guns and see which one you like the most. One after another, they will start working better for you, even if it didn't feel like that when I started playing support. I personally stay away from all magnified optics, since I feel I'd rather play a more assault-like playstyle, but with the ability to work much better on medium range. Use the motor and experiment with the limpet charge, if you don't prefer the other gadgets of course. Depending on map, tripwires could for example be handy, but I rather have active gadgets for taking down vehicles instead. So that's about it for today guys. What are your thoughts on the support class? Do you love it, or are you struggling as I was? Do you agree with my view on the weapons and gadgets, or do you have other thoughts and ideas to share? Perhaps a favorite weapon of your own, or a way to make long range with magnified sight to work while playing the objective? Please spill your guts out by leaving a comment below, and don't forget to give me a thumbs up if you like this video. Overall, it seems like my Rainbow Six Siege videos are more popular, which isn't strange or unexpected at all, but it's important for me that you keep showing what you like and don't, so I can keep this channel interesting for you guys. On Thursday, I will be back with some brand new Rainbow Six Siege content, and until then, I will keep being Noiser. Hej då!